Today is September 24, 2022, but when you listen at this episode, can it be another date? But I wanted to tell you when I recording this episode. And my name is Eva Virginius, but my first name is Anna. And then have I three names: Anna, Eva, and Lotte. But Eva and Lotte is together. So if you count it, three names or two names. But I don't like Eva Lotte. So I took that away and only have Eva as my name, but it's not my first name. Anna or Hannah in Hebrew is my first name. And yesterday I was to my daughter's church, and they have a restaurant, and they dancing. I think it's a line dance. They dance there, and they are dressed like cowboys, and the whole place is like inspired of Texas. And before they had horses, but I didn't see any horses there yesterday, because they are Jesus lover, and my daughter, she believed that Jesus is the same as God, and she have not been with me in my walk, so she is like everyone else that do believe that Jesus was God and walking around here on earth and be killed and hang on the cross as God. And they don't understand that Jesus had his Father with him. It was not that he was walking on earth, God, but he was walking inside Jesus as God, and he was talking to Jesus to tell him what to say to people. So it was not Jesus in his body form that was God that was walking on earth, but he had communication with his Father in heaven and heard, and then he told the people about. So if you want to know God, you should pay attention to what Jesus is saying, because he is talking from his Father to us. He is between God and us in his talking, and that's what I am today. The same thing for me. I am not God, but I hear from God. I hear from heaven, and they are coming down here and visit me, but they are not walking here on earth. And I have described it. I have told you why they are not walking here on earth. There is some that is walking here on earth, and in that way they can be killed if they walk here on earth. They are not untouchable, but if they are staying in the spheric, in the air, they can't be killed. You can't kill a spirit, but you can kill the body the spirit is in. And yesterday I got it was not the new knowledge, but it was like confirmed the knowledge that is so very, very, very important, the most important maybe to know. I was with my daughter, and there was some people we eat together, and the young people, I can't walk so good anymore. I didn't have my scooter with me. I was walking, but I was in very bad balance, so I have to get help to come walking the stairs, and I was almost on my way to fall, but thank God that I can balance myself. If the brain is still there, then I can, even if I on my way to fall, I can stable me to be in balance again. So it was, people say, oh, like that, they thought I should fall, but I didn't. So we have a great time, and I don't eat pork anymore. And it's very hard when they had ribs. They eat ribs from the pork, of course, and they have barbecue that, and they say it was very, very good. And I have told my daughter that don't give me ribs. They had chicken, also barbecue chicken, so that's what I was eating, but I didn't like the taste of it. But I ate it, but it was not the perfect chicken. I say that. It was good, but it was not perfect. And then coleslaw. I ate and bread to it. And I recording when they were dancing. They are Jesus lover in that church, so they don't understand this to be more orthodox in the way you are. And I can last time I was there, it was before the accident I had, and I dance. When I am there, I stop to do my orthodox things, so I dance to show them how I have been okay in my body, even if I'm old. I'm okay with my body and I can dance. But today I couldn't dance, and yesterday I couldn't dance, and but my daughter danced, and the picture I am going to place on episode is a picture from yesterday, and then to my daughter, it was a woman from down in Yugoslavia, the past ex Yugoslavia, and I know when she started to talk to me about the problem she have in her life. That's how people am with me. They talking about their private life to me, so that confirm me that they feel like something special with me, that God is with me. And she was Christian, She told me that she was Christian. I didn't told her that I was a pastor or I am. Oh, it's a long time since I say the title. Ordained pastor am I in the United States, and but I am not in any religion or tradition anymore. But I still have that title if I want to use it, but I don't use it. And she didn't understand I was a pastor, and she was talking about her private life, and I didn't stop her, but I had either have a drive, have been in the car, and she have told me the same problem she had, or else it was a déjà vu experience I had, because I knew the whole story before she started to talk, so I don't know. But I asked her when it happened, that what she was talking about, and she said it was 10 months ago it happened. She lost her son, and I don't know where I have been when, if she talked to me for about maybe 8 months ago. I don't, because it must be have been a long drive for her to tell me this long story. So it maybe was something I heard from heaven, a déjà vu that was to come. It can happen as I am prophet, and so I only listen half of it with one ear, and but I talked to her what she should do, and she was from this other country where they are very, very tight in the family, and they are very sneaky. I have worked with this kind of people from that country, and they want to know everything. They want to have the total control, and you know that you can't. No one can have the total control, because 1 minute from now you maybe fall down dead. So you don't have any control over your life. So 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 that was not so interesting, but I felt like I needed to work with her as a pastor and help her, and tell her to, because she had problem with that woman that her son was living with, and that woman have taken the son away from her, and I told her, you should not hunt this couple, and you should not talk about it all the time to your family members about your problem with your son that did choose the fiancé instead of you. I told her to step back, let it rest, and you will see it's coming back. When you fighting, now is it I'm talking to you that have the same problem. When you have this fight that your son or daughter choose the fiancé instead of you to be together with and talk to. Her son didn't talk to her anymore and have moved away from the city. And that tell me that she was very much on them, climbing on them. And I say to her to step away and wait, because that's what the devil love. The devil love to make chaos. And if you can stop what you are doing in hunting your son and this woman that you don't like, if you stop it and move on in your own life, take control over your life instead to want to have control over your son, then you will see that that doesn't the devil like. Then the devil go angry, and then when I do it, you that have followed me, I have done that with my son and my grandkids, that I let it be, that I let it be to heaven to take care of it. So I say I have done everything I could do to get to could be with my grandkids, but then when everything was done, what I could do, then I left it. I say that heaven have to deal with it, and because that's not a earthly thing I can do. It's a spirit thing. It's the evil spirit against the good spirit, the good spirit against the bad spirit, and that we can't do anything about more than to wait to solve the problem from heaven and not in ourselves. We have to take responsible for our life, not on other people. We can't do that. We can only be here for them to come back and want to have help and ask for help. You should not go there and think that they can't live without you, that you don't have that power. It's a spirit power that can have the control over your people that you want so badly have them in their life. But you have to give it to God to solve the problem. And I am in peace now. Sometimes I'm thinking about my grandson. The granddaughter is very bad mentally, but the grandson, he seems to have been okay in his brain, but the devil destroy him, and if God doesn't come and help him, I can feel that someone of you that listen your prayer to God, and we can be in agreement that God take care of the children that is innocent, but they are in the grip of the devil. So that was not her I am going to talk about, but then God say there is someone listen that need to hear this, to let the control go away and let heaven take control instead. Then when I should go back to my home, and I say that in the in this feast I have people sitting at the same table, and I say, I hope it's gonna be a young boy that come and take me home, and so I be the cougar. I think it's I don't know why I say that name, the word, but I think it means an older woman together with a much younger one. And it come. It was just like I asked for, and it was a young boy that come, not very young, maybe 30 years old, 35, 40, like that. And it's 90%, is it always Muslim? They fix the job for themselves, and he was talking about. I was talking about Israel, how to come to the airport in Denmark, and he said that he didn't belong to this like the city's taxi. He was in a private taxi that have the lease from the city, like that. So they are their own. They have other business also inside this taxi company. So he gave me the name, what to, and look at the price to come to Copenhagen's airport. We talk a little about that. So I get some information what to do from him, and he didn't speak so very good Swedish, but I understood him in 90% like that, and I knew that he was Muslim, but he didn't know that I knew that already. And so we were talking about religion and tradition, and that's where I started to get the light, not from him, but from God that was inside this taxi. And the lightning, what I understand, I understand that before, but it was like confirmed that it doesn't matter if he was Muslim. I was not in any religion or tradition, but I told him that I was Jewish, but I was not in any religion or tradition. It's only God and me, I told him. And then when he was telling from Islam's side about things we were talking about, and then almost when I started to be on my street at home, I understood clearly, confirmed that God, He is over everything. He is over all the religions. So it doesn't matter what man is telling about religion or tradition. He is not there in that religion or tradition, because God, He have no one on the side of Him. He have no one that is over Him. God is standing alone, standing in His in his form of God, Elohim, or whatever people call the sovereign God, the only God there is. And he is not in any religion or tradition. That is, man have taught. It's man that tell us what religion that is the right religion under God. And this man, Muslim man, he say that in the Quran, and maybe it's in the Bible also, it says that in the last day, God will tell us that he is the one that everyone should look at, that he will tell us what religion or tradition is the right one. And I am very, very sure in my way to understand God, but if God, I talk to you, God, now, because I feel the Spirit coming very strong on me now. So he is here, God. So I say to God, if I have wrong in what I'm saying now, you need to tell me what is the right way to say these things. Because what I believe in you, God is here. And what I believe in you, God, and my understanding, I don't know if I have the correct answer, but just now at least is the answer that in the end of our life, when time is out, we can either be dead and our time on earth is out, or that what I have been thinking about when I was in United States, or when were homeless, I was thinking that they are preaching about the last day, that is the last day that you live here on earth, and you will get the answer. What is the religion that is God's religion or tradition? And I say tradition because the Jewish say tradition, so I must say those two things in the same time if I talk about religion and tradition. And in the last days, it can be both, that we die and go to heaven, and that is the last day for each of us. But it can also happen that God is coming here on earth to take his people up in the air and then place them back to earth when it's have been cleaned up. Or if people like me, that is a prophet, that I am going to stay here on earth and be the one that clean up. Of course, I'm not going to be on my own, because Jacob is coming on and clean up the earth also. And I may be never leaving. And if I don't leave earth, then is the last day very, very close, because I'm so old. But it can happen I die, and then is the last day for me when I die. And I come to know, because I'm going to be where God is, and God is telling me, this is my religion, this is my tradition. But my understanding of God is that God will say, this is my religion. And then he show me the whole world. That is not a special name on the religion. The whole world, the whole planet is God's religion. It doesn't matter. You can be in whatever religion you say you are. It's depend on your heart. You can be Christian, you can be Muslim, you can be Jewish, you can be other. If you have a heart to come to know God, and you know there is only one God, and he have no one sitting on the same table as him, that he is up in the air, and he only talking to his prophets, but the prophets is not sitting with him. He's talking to them. And I have told you about the mother of everything. Those is not touchable. That now I get more knowledge. Now I get one more knowledge, that when I was in heaven and I met God, and God was up on his throne in those stairs, far away up in the stairs, and I say that to God for real. I say to God that I couldn't walk up in all those stairs up to his throne. He was too far away from me. And in that way I was talking in the spirit, that he was not touchable, but he touched me. I told you that he had this golden stick that they showing with the kings, that they have that on their throne, and they place it on the shoulder when they mark them to be nobles or something special for the king. Then they touch on that their shoulders. I don't know if they do on a head, but God, he touched me on both sides of my shoulder with that golden stick. And I didn't go up to him, but he come down to me. And then is maybe you know understand it, but it was like a red carpet come down, and it maybe was the blood of all the people through the whole years that flowing down, because it doesn't really look like a carpet, but it come red like a carpet. I say like. It's the same with the dove. It was not a bird, but it looked like a dove for people. And for me, did it look like a red carpet coming down from his throne down to my feet, where I was standing on the solid floor, and look up to God very, very high up on his throne. And there was nothing to hold in, so that it was impossible to walk in those stairs, because there was nothing. It was it was stairs, but very, very small stairs. So I should never have could walk up there. I could never touch God, but God touched me. I think, oh, he left me now. Yeah. I was thinking I should tell you that you maybe hear this breathing that happen, but I am so in the spirit, so I don't feel it in that way. It mostly is it when he is leaving me. So he didn't change my talking. So that means that he confirmed it, that it is, I am on my way at least to think right about God. And I told my daughter about this, that God is the, what they say, Sorvingen. I know how to spell it, but how to pronounce it. That he is the only one. He have nothing around him. He is not three, like many in the Christian church believe. That he is the only one. It's the mother of all the beginning. She is her own, and then after her, God is coming because she created him. So in that way, as we see her as a mother of God, who you ask how would they give birth to God, who come first? But the mother of all the beginnings, she is not a human body. She is an energy, and that's how God was created, in her energy. But you can place her, God in a womb, in a woman. That's a worldly thinking. That's okay if you want to do that. But for me, he said that she is on her own. And then it needed to be someone to take care of the universe. And she created God in her energy. And that's why God, when you feel God, if you feel a spirit, if you feel an angel, that you can feel that in your body, because that's an energy that touch you. So everything is about the energy, but you can place it as a worldly thing if it's easier for you to understand. But in real, when we talk about the real thing, is it that it starts with an energy. So you see how more and more I'm coming to be in the truth that they tell me. And when this Muslim man, I asked him to lead me to the door because I was tired in my brain, so I was scared to fall. So he held me, and then we were standing a time outside my door, and when he left, he almost cried. So it was something we were talking about, that I told him about this, that God is standing on his own. There is no one that is equal with him. God is God, and that's it. And I believe in, and I know God exists. I say to him, and then it doesn't matter what religion or tradition you are in. We are all brother and sister if we have that same God in our heart, that God have no religion or tradition that his own. He don't have a special group of people that is his people in that way that we see it as a country. There is no God's country because Israel, it's Jacob, the generation of Jacob, and you can be in the generation of Jacob in your life, in you're responsible to understand God and what he's have built up and how it's working. That's I give you the answer. It's not Israel as a country. That is man-made. That's man that have done that. Like they say, there is no female prophet, but there was female prophet in the old time. And today there is no female prophet, they say. Muslim can have some female prophet, so they have not taken that away. But in other religion and traditions, they have taken away women. But there were women in the old time. And why should it not be today? You can ask that. I am a female prophet of God, and I want to teach you about what I have learned. And there, you see, I learned this morning, now when I'm recording more. And if you want to continue with me and follow me, you will also understand everything. I am not ready yet to be completed. I think when I touch the Golden Gate in Israel, am I okay with all understanding? So it's a little time left till I touch. It's like football in America, a touchdown. I touch the Golden Gate and then I'm done with my understanding. And then I don't know if it's my last day or if it's more to come. But it's the touchdown. I'm going to stop my learning when I touch the Golden Gate. And I am going to be in Israel. No matter what will happen, I'm going there. As long as I can reach the airport and reach inside the airplane and touch Tel Aviv's airport, then I'm okay. So nothing that I can stop will stop me. Nothing. I am like Jacob. I am not, what did I say, Jacob, Job, that he can touch me, the devil, in all ways, but he can't kill me. And I go for that the devil can't kill me, so there will not, he tried first time when I take the flight to United States year 2000. Then he tried to stop, and he stopped the engine, the motor in the airplane. It stopped, so they have to switch to another, and we fall with the airplane. But the new engine started, so we could fly to United States, and that's how it started. And then it will end that I take the flight to Tel Aviv, and I hope it will be the opposite, that everything is going to be nice flight to Tel Aviv to complete the whole walk, and then we will see what will happen after that. So it's very exciting time in the future now. That will be interesting. Thank you for listening, and God bless you. It'll be a long episode, but I hope you will listen at this, because it was important episode. Most of the episodes is important to listen at, but I see that so many have going away. They don't believe, and it's okay, because it's your responsible to believe or not believe. I am only tell you what I hear, and then you can accept it or not accept it. But I should be very glad and thankful if you believe. But it's up to you. It's not my responsible. It's yours responsible. So God bless you. Thank you for listening in the whole episode. Thank you.